Hi everyone, this will be German tournament. This is, I think I've recorded a few of them, and this is kind of like a final. No, it's not the final, but it's a qualification for the final. Only people who finished in the top five in one of those previous tournaments have the right to play here, which is a lot of different people. So we will play 18 boards here. I'm playing with Rosty. I think both of us are drinking coffee today rather than alcohol, so that's nice. If he beats 1-0 Trump, I will pass. It's an interesting question. If he bids 1-0 Trump, what do my bids mean? I like everything natural and everything natural with two diamonds being Stamen. Over two clubs, I don't have this issue. It's match points. We have to watch out for those overtricks. Yep, that's a double. Not a two club overcall, but okay. It's a common. I don't know if I can call it a misconception. Common belief that you should bid two clubs with this if you have a 5-card suit, but if you have 5-3-3-2, it's better to double. Now the only other thing I could say in favor of double of two clubs is that I passed over one diamond, and basically based on everybody's hand, it really looks like I have some values, right? So with any values in a 5-card major, I would always overcall. That's my style, so it actually helps my partner decide. In this case, it looks like then it really looks like my so if I don't have a 5-card major, then double loses its strength, loses from its strength. Interesting. I haven't thought of this too much. Still, I prefer double, and then I can. Well, okay, I would bid one heart, but sometimes I can bid 1-0 Trump and we're in match points, so that's pretty important. And I think two hearts would have worked quite well. I go to the 10. So North had only 4 diamonds. Could still be 3, in fact. The only thing you can do is duck a club, hoping for ace doubleton in North. There's no point in finessing South for the ace if South passed. And I wasn't paying attention what they did in spades, but maybe even if 8-9, I would play low. No. And nope, it didn't work. And North won the queen of clubs, not the jack. That's okay. A spade would have been problematic. Then you would have needed to decide whether or not you play for down one or to make. Okay, clubs are 3-3, and now his hand is high. It's a common way of playing suit combinations to duck a trick, assuming that The ace is now still. I might open this in precision or Polish club when I can bet 2 clubs with it. And then later I would say like a 6-4 distribution is worth an extra point. If North transfers to spades or something, I will bid 3 clubs. Maybe my partner is gonna bid something. Um, 2 hearts. He has hearts and diamonds. Maybe 3 hearts. Actually, I don't know. Maybe double was penalty already. In real life, I would ask what double was, but on the internet, I always feel like technically I'm allowed to ask, but in the end, it just leads to weird situations. And many people are new to bridge, and they usually don't know. So if my partner has a very cool, nice hand with a distribution, he will bid 4. But as usual, my first guess is if we're making 4, then it's usually a good score anyway. Oh, I guess, I don't know. It's hearts in the minor. We can get some kind of cross ruff in the minors going on with a little luck. Yeah, normally you just bid 2 spades with that. I guess he or she, Carly, I will say she probably thought that they're playing stolen bid doubles, which is a terrible convention, don't do it. Whereupon double means what the overcall was, so double was no, a 2 hard bid, in this case transfer to spades. So he would have led a club if he had had a stiff. I should also try to pay attention to points. So dummy had 7, I had 9, it's 16. 16 from south is 32, so my partner is about 8. Okay, so partner has 8 points. And not the ace of hearts, not the jack of hearts. And not king queen. He has probably the queen, if I had to guess. Because the declare would have let it to her queen otherwise. But yeah, it's hard to not play a diamond. It just looks like an obvious switch. No pun intended. Obvious switch is a name of a common, although I think by now out of fashion defensive agreement. Obvious switch means third hand to trick 1. Signals not whether or not you like the suit that was led. It shows whether or not you want the obvious switch. So there are a certain list of criteria what the obvious switch is depending on the lead and what dummy has. So now he has the queen of diamonds. He did have a stiff and he didn't lead it. Ah, stiff king, yeah, it's a bit tough. I can see that. So we're getting that diamond trick, I think. If my partner really does have the queen. Yeah, stiff king is tough. And I sold out the 3 spades, but it's... I mean, 4 hearts would have been doubled. They always double game contracts. All these 8s, look at those 8s. I have this 8. 8, 8, 8, yeah. It's... the 8 of spades is long gone, but all the other 8s were used quite late. First one is probably okay, and the second one is probably bad for us. Not so much, okay. Yeah, quick translation for everyone. Good morning and welcome to the tournament. All the information about this BBO Germany Cup you find in the on the homepage. Today, the qualification tournaments will take place today and now and tonight at 7:30. This would be a double with like an extra, I don't know, extra queen or so. The final, this is actually one of the German words that I hate. Das Finale, why isn't it die Finale? But okay, that's my problem. The final is Sunday at 11, so it's kind of 24 hours now. So the top 160 will be allowed, and depending on the depending on how many people are there, maybe the list will be broadened or expanded at 10. Well, I have this very simple idea. I learned it like a long time ago. Lead a heart against spades and spade against hearts. It's apparently not what... if I wanted to write a bridge book about this principle, this wouldn't be the deal where that I show. So he shows the 8. It should be an odd number, which is sounds good. It sounds like it's 4, 3, 3, 3. So he has nothing in hearts, and now the question is, should I give up another trick? So that would give north. Well, I'm gonna lead a club. Club seems more natural. I'm just leading low now. I don't know. I just what Fabian said, that you can just lead according to your length rather than your strength. Okay, it's the jack, maybe the ace as well. The problem is there will not be a discard for either of us because spades are 2-2. Plays a club himself. Interesting. Well, diamond switch is kind of obvious, and indeed he does it. We'll encourage. And it looks like declare is 5-3-3-2. And a double done club maybe. You wouldn't just lead a club like that, but could be a double done diamond. Well, it doesn't have a stiff diamond, so I will just take this. And then try the club. Yeah, it's just as I thought. I mean, I sound like a good Poirot or something, but yeah, that's what I kind of thought. And this just goes to show you that underleading the king and having nothing in the suit doesn't always cost. And it's also very important to see that, well, actually it didn't matter. I don't know. No, actually, I think I was gonna say that it's an important lesson to see that you have to play the 10, the jack from there rather than the ace. But actually, in this case, I think it didn't matter. The heart is not going on anything. Well, it can go. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, the heart can go on the club if you take the ace. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, don't take the ace. It's third hand high, but it looks like. No, not you. You. So far, I'm pretty sure this is pretty good. And another lesson is and yeah, I'm just giving him this weird answer about. So he's asking, should he double rather than two clubs? And I said I would double, but on the other hand, I barely ever have a five card major, so maybe two clubs is completely fine. And then I said like, yeah, with a 5 card major, I would have bid them with these. Yeah, he's saying, but yeah, he's saying that he doesn't know that I have 8+. Sometimes opener will have 20 points. I said like, yeah, sometimes, but like 90+% I have enough. I have enough values for OF is Oberfarbe, so it's the majors, um, or maybe two. This is a funny linguistic thing of interest is eventuel in German and in French and in Spanish. It all means the same, and only in English it means something else. Eventuel in all these other languages, in fact Romanian as well, it means perhaps, possibly. And in English it means like, well, it means eventually. Like, but for people who are not English natives, eventually means like it will definitely happen, but the question is when. So like in the end it will be like that. They're playing multi, scary. What we do is okay. Oh. Double is a short in spades, and pass could be short in hearts. Did we miss slam? Kind of, not really, but yeah, the two clubs will go on king queen of hearts, and then we'll have something. I don't know, Svenja 17. That's my main problem in Germany, that I don't know all the names. So I will just come back in a bit. Yeah, welcome back. I don't know how much they had to wait, but I hope not too much. We still have 16 minutes for two boards. It should be okay. Two clubs. Wow. Zero to three, double negative. I feel a little bad about this because actually I don't have a bad hand. Whatever he bids, I have to bid one more, except to no trump. Said to, yeah, 0 to 3 double negative. To no trump. But I will bid on, I wanna. And thanks to our beautiful system, we'll be playing hearts from the wrong side. I don't know if we play that. Okay. I think 3 no trumps denies a fit and 3 hearts shows one. I'm not sure if we play that, but. So let's see. It's kind of a bad hand, but it's enough for game. Opposite 2022. It's 22, 24. Yeah, he has 24. Yeah, I can kind of see like if he had literally nothing, and if I had literally nothing, then that hand would have been in trouble. And now you have some kind of options in diamonds, and well, hearts unfortunately not. Yeah, it's still like a pretty bad game, right? Unless he gets lucky in diamonds, queen doubleton somewhere. So they're setting up clubs. It's kind of funny, like, he has a 24 count, but he's almost out of entries. You don't see that too often. Yeah, with this holding, well, not in this particular case, but sometimes, if suppose East were the danger hand, then you could even run the Jack of Diamonds and put in West. And if East covers, then you need to hope that West has the 10. In this case, you can kind of do the opposite, lead the Jack of Diamonds, and if East covers, then you duck. And if East doesn't cover, then maybe, I mean, I don't know, then it's kind of up to you what you think what happened. At the moment, yeah, I mean, you're never taking the heart finesse, so I think the Queen of Hearts is fine to discard. And I think overall, yeah, after this diamond discard, it gets a bit difficult. What exactly is he doing? Playing the heart based on vacant spaces, but apparently it didn't work. Vacant spaces don't always work. Yeah, at some point you have to play diamonds, right? Or I mean, sometimes you hide your long suit if it's set up, but in this case it's not set up. Against robots, it works to hide your long suit. And they will usually switch to it, but in this case, I don't know. Svenja 17 discarded 2 diamonds already. And she's, wow. Does she have like a bunch of spades? Just didn't bid them. I guess so. I think most people will be in game, but maybe some people won't be. But Jesco had everything there. Clubs, diamonds, and hearts. Yeah, she had 5 spades, not too many. I somehow felt that. Oh, I forgot that I had four clubs. I thought I only had 3, so I put West on 6. Anyway. Just alerted. Strong. And I have this hand, it's very weird. It's not game forcing, it's almost game forcing. Well, this won't make us super rich. I still want to bid my diamonds once. I don't know what to say. I'm super strong, and it's not that I want to preempt them, but for the lead, for example. So if you just start playing on diamonds, you're making. So it was a little too tricky by him. Low diamond, apparently. I'm not quite sure why. I guess the point being, if you start with a low diamond, you can assure yourself at least 1 entry to dummy. If you play ace and another, then wait, what? Yeah, I'm not sure actually. But at least now I got my lead direct in. I have like 1/3 of the deck here. And East opened strongly. Interesting. Just a 4 that's guaranteed to be a stiff. Unless it's from 3, which would be pretty bad. Jack 5-4 is possible, but like this would be the only way that she can get the dummy. That's okay. So Rosty hopefully has a bunch of hearts. Ah, God. Okay. Super annoying. Getting my lead direct in like a pro. Ah. I know what Rosty is doing. You're not supposed to think there. We're not supposed to think there. So she has a void in diamonds and discarded a spade. So like the spade looks like what you would want to do, but you don't really. It's too late for that. I'm just helping her if I'm playing spades. Maybe I can somehow figure out how many hearts she has. It's the 3rd round now. If he follows, then she has 8. Eight hearts, 0 diamond. He's throwing the jack of diamonds, but it's the last diamond he has, so it's not too interesting. So she does have 10 tricks already, 8 hearts. No, sorry, 9 hearts only. 7 hearts only. And I should have paid it. But no. So Rosty showed an even number of clubs. So Dummy had 3. I had 4. He has 4. So Declarer has 2. So there is one more club there. And 3 spades. But she still has the 1 club. In fact, she can just make it. She can just make 1 more by banging down Ace King of Spades and not playing for a defensive error. But I mean, she knows better than I do how to exploit bad players. Oh, wow. Mm. I don't know. Let's see what he did. I'm just curious. Queen of diamonds. Hmm. Hmm. But now it's too late. You're not making +2. You can make +2. What? Ah, you just cross rub the rest. Okay. Yeah, you just cross rub the rest. He was playing West for the Ace of Clubs, and maybe I don't know. Hmm. Or maybe you could have known from the distribution and everything. I don't know. This is bad for us, probably. Yeah. 5 diamonds down 3. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, no. The what I said about her exploiting us or something, it's all just nonsense because um, basically, yeah, with this lead, you have to decide what you're gonna discard from your hand, and if you can discard the club, giving up on the club finesse, but playing for the queen to be doubleton, but that's just anti-percentage. So you can make +2, but no, it's still +1. So actually, she didn't give up anything. So, but that's kind of the dilemma that you face there. Do you play for the ace of clubs onside, which is 50%, or the queen of the spades doubleton, which is like 30-ish? If you know for a fact that they're 3-2, um, then it's 40% because you have the queen is either with the 2 or with the 3, and then it's just 60-40. But if spades are not if spades are 4-1, then you need the queen to be with the stiff, so that's 20%. And with 5-0, you're hopeless. So that's 68 times 40, which is like 20, a bit less than 28. Plus, I don't even know how much is 4-1 is 24, I think, or how much is it? Suit distribution. I guess you could argue that this is cheating, looking these up, but I'm not playing the hands right now. 4-1, yeah, 28%, okay. So 28 times 20, that's kind of 6%, plus the 27 was 33, okay. But of course, the main point is that it's definitely less than 50%, so you can play for Queen Doubleton if you really have to. Given this suit combination, that's the percentage play for 5 tricks, banging down Ace King. Even for 4, the idea being that you can catch, let's say, the stiff 10 in south or so, or whatever this hand is, your right hand opponent. Coffee is nice and cold. Yeah, so not the best start, but I mean, we started with 78. I think we'll be back to about 50. $51, so that's still better than nothing. Yeah, this kind of 30-ish% is what happens when you play against good players. And this is when you make a mistake against good players. I don't know. Let's see. So if it comes some kind of a preempt to me, I will just bid clubs. I don't really care how many points I have. It's a strong hand and I live... Okay, Duncan. That's a bit weird. He says hi and then everyone says hi. Then he says, okay, thanks. I think it's just like a kind of a misplaced politeness because it's just like written down. It sounds like he's angry that people all replied or something, but I'm pretty sure it's not that. It's just funny how much information you lose by talking online and you don't hear the tone of voice of the other person. Just imagine somebody saying hi and then the other person, okay, thanks. I hope Norse passes if I can have my wish. It can easily go for 200, but it can easily go for 670. The way you compute this, I mean, I didn't compute it at all. I just know these numbers by heart, but you have the 3 clubs, which is 3 times 20 is 60. You double that, literally, so that's 120. Then 50 points for making a doubled contract. And then, yeah, it's again, they have this weird way of doubling this. I mean, do you really want to play 3 clubs double? If your partner doesn't have a 4-card major, probably not. So you double the... It's 120 plus 170, right? Because you made a double contract, plus 500 is the game bonus. Because from the tricks alone, you got... Okay, plays the jack. I think it just... I mean, I guess it's... It could be a stiff. I don't think he would play the jack from jack third. We'll see. Oh, and he's asking for a diamond. So depending what he has, he could be able to over off dummy, right? So if he has the king of hearts, for example, I should have just played low. I don't know. Sometimes I have this feeling of like, oh, I don't want to signal anything, so I'm gonna play a middle card. But in this case, I do have an obvious signal. I have the king of the diamonds. Very interesting. Okay, first of all, the queen of clubs is pretty interesting. North still has a club and now the 9 is high, so I don't know what that was. Rosty didn't ruff with the king. He has 4 hearts, but maybe all of them are pretty low. Now I can show the king. So declare had the jack of clubs and presumably ace king of hearts. Maybe the ace is with Rosty because there's no point in taking the ace so early. But let's say ace king of hearts, not the ace of spades, not the ace of diamonds. I guess Rosty has that. How does this work? I had 10, dummy had 8, 18, plus 16 is 34, so my partner has 5 to 7. Out of which, I guess, he has the ace of diamonds, but if he has the ace of diamonds, then he has nothing else of interest. North is finessing out the 10. It's unfortunate. It is still kind of the... I think this was the best shot we had at beating it. Single dummy at least. I could have taken the king of diamonds first. That would have made sense, I guess. King of diamonds first and then... Oh, we still have this. Nice. So North just ran out of... ran out of trump somehow. Weird. North just forgot to draw the last trump, I think. Is it the 5 forfeit? Yeah, exactly. The other thing I could have done was, and of course I was wrong about declare having one more club, 7-3 to 1. The other thing I could have done was take the jack at face value and give the ruff right away. So ace of clubs, club ruff, asking for a diamond, diamond back, then another club. I don't think it really works, because that way I just shorten my partner for no reason. I will open one club, it's third in hand, just for the lead direct and just because many people don't have good agreements. For competitive bidding. One heart I will pass. And good luck opponents, finding your best contract. Now my partner knows exactly what I have. I mean, if he does, I don't know. I have a weak hand with 3-card heart support. And yeah, you can see like it's kind of a random mixture between German and English. So already Hildo, they're clearly both Germans and PP. It's no problem partner. It would be kein Problem partner. So KPP. And you see the difference between the two temperaments. My partner passed on an 11 count and I opened on a 9 count. On the other hand, it's fine. It's very weird. Like, I'm not a math expert, but one of the two players have 5 spades, and if you check how many times they had an opportunity to bid it, well, okay, here maybe not, but then South would have had two opportunities, and North would have had one at least. He played the queen with the idea that even if they rough it, it's better than. I mean, at least they set up the suit if they rough a club somewhere. And sometimes they need to rough from a natural trump trick. You're in a 4-3, so you don't mind defensive rough that much. And the problem is, of course, if now a diamond comes and now another club and then another diamond. However, hopefully... Okay, that's an encouraging one. So South has the king, but on the other hand, now they set up diamonds for us. And now, well, I mean, if South roughs a diamond, that would be like super annoying, but... And now, I guess at this point, the best thing you can do is ace of hearts and the jack. Trying to drive out all the trumps, and even if they're not all driven out, you still have a shot at making. So if North now rough twice from a 4-card suit, then ace and jack will draw the remaining trumps. And no, they were 3-3 all along, so we're actually going down 1. On the other hand, they definitely have some kind of spade contract there. And now we're actually going down 2. Because now it's South's turn to rough a club. If you play the ace of spades and the ace of clubs, then South can rough in. This will definitely be very good for us. Not so good. Guys, I don't know what to say. Okay, this is still pretty good. Okay, no. And just looking at the top stuff. 3 clubs double +1. And then he realized that there's no hope, so he tried the finesse, or whatever you call it. I just said nice defense. Politeness doesn't cost anything. What was this? There was some stupid saying about smiling doesn't cost anything. Ugh, whatever. I really hope that they're making, I mean that they bid some number of spades at the other tables. Let's see. Yeah, better than nothing. Yep, about 9 tricks. Yeah, it's a bit weird, of course, but I think from South you need to bid 1-0 trump at the very end. Otherwise your opponents are stealing from you too much. So I think the way I would bid it with my, I mean, of course I would bid one spade there. But suppose I don't. Let's say I don't know, I get distracted by I don't know, something, and I pass from north. I would bid one no trump from south, and then north can bid two spades to play. I don't like double too much. Double on the first round maybe, but it is a pretty ugly hand for it. And I realized I'm in a bit of a weird spot. I can just move myself a bit. So both of these hands were kind of 60-ish or so. So we're slowly getting there. I think two clubs from my partner shows. It's not new minor forcing, it's check back stamen. But I mean, even if two clubs were natural, I think two spades makes sense. 4-3-3. And now I'll have 5 minutes. I mean, I assume he bids 4 spades. If he has a slam try, yeah, this is the awkward part of this sequence. If you don't play 2A new minor forcing, then and this is a problem auction. What you can do is bid 3 hearts like the other major with a jump or not. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm sorry. I was just thinking about slam tries, but so 3 hearts by him would have said like I have a strong hand with hearts, with spades. What do you think? And yeah, the other question would have been, should I bid 2 hearts on this? Because that's one way of bidding. Like you always start with hearts first. But yeah, you just get into weird situations. If you play with 2A new minor forcing, so 2 clubs is an invitational hand, or to play in diamonds, and 2 diamonds is a game forcing hand, then I think it makes sense to bid no trumps first. Sorry, hearts first. Okay, it's a bad slam on a heart lead, but a good slam otherwise. And yeah, he plays clubs first correctly, because chances are you will manage to pitch a heart on clubs before they're off in. Clubs are not 6-2, so he's doing it all correctly. In fact, now you can give up on all the other stuff and just bid, just take the ace and pitch the heart, because the ace of spades is the only spade outstanding, so you don't care if they're off in with it. And the whole time I was talking about slam, but you're missing 2 aces. I'm sorry about that. I meant +1 or whatever. Sometimes 4 spade +1 feels like a slam, I guess. And yeah, this hand is over. It's probably a little bit better than average. Lots of weird stuff can happen at the other table, so whenever you get the par contract, it's usually better than par for the declaring side. Nope. Some people are in 3-0 trump. A little nasty, but don't argue with success. 1 spade plus 4, 1 club, 1 spade passed out. This is not a textbook bidding sequence. It is, but not the pass. One heart shows spades forcing and East forgot. Yeah, that's what happens. I mean, people who are watching this channel a lot, they know that I like transfers. But when you play transfers, I think that was in my first talk. I said there's a certain amount of memory strain, yeah, you shouldn't agree to it if you're not good with memory. And I mean, of course, it's probably something like they haven't played in a while with each other, and I mean, lots of weird things can happen. In a previous video, I think last week, I opened 1-0 trump on 15, even though we played 12 to 14 or 17. I don't know. So I actually just thought we were playing strong no trump rather than weak. Yeah, and lots of things can happen. So I'm not trying to make fun of them. I'm just making fun of the situation. It's the interesting part about online bridge is that you could actually play like a 200-page book if you wanted to. You just open it on the other screen and you can look up anything you want. It's a difference between online bridge and online chess. In online chess, as far as I know, you can't consult an opening book while you play, at least not in Blitz. In correspondence chess, people usually say you can open up previous analysis, but you can't analyze with the computer, like an ongoing game. So if I have some analysis stored in a database, I can use it, but I can't broaden the database during the game. It's kind of a thin line to navigate. I think looking up contract bridge probabilities during the game would be kind of considered cheating, but I just looked at it between the rounds. Okay, so we're at 55.8, but we need to get to top 8 here. 8 plus 9 is 17. And now the question is always, should we start to swing? And the answer is no, I'm not going to try to swing. I have one very good story about swinging. It's not some magic story. The whole point was only my partner opened 2 hearts weak. It was a pair tournament when, like, I don't know, that you had to get like 60%. 60% to go through or so, and we were about 52. So actually it didn't matter what I did, but I thought, well, maybe I'm wrong about this, and I had I could try to offer 3-0 trump in case he wants to play it. In case he thinks it's a good contract, because I have all these kings and jacks and aces. Yeah, so he opened 2 hearts and I had a 4-4-4-1. I don't remember which singleton. And I think I had 3 aces and 2 jacks, and I just bid like stopped 6 hearts, and yeah, it was actually a very easy contract. Okay, so now we have to prove our geniusness. And I think the way you prove it is playing on clubs. Okay, so actually we're not doing too bad. Yeah, there's various genius things I can do here with I don't know, cashing ace king, hoping for queen doubletone or 10 doubletone, but I'm just gonna go for the absolute maximum, which I think is like this. Okay, south led a 3-card suit with nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Now I need to hope for clubs to be 3-3, but they are. Ah, it's a robot. I just said it's much more polite than most partners. And yeah, we got a big top here. It's one. Yeah, so Serentum is just one of these things. You just offer it. Hey, what do you think? Yeah, a diamond would have been a bit awkward. One club. Huh. I actually don't know if we play some ace asking here. I should. It comes up once every. I don't know how often. I have to check this. But it's a little dumb. I mean, if I don't remember, then maybe my partner doesn't remember. Yeah, I don't know. I could try 4 no trump. It's a little dumb. I have a 6-card fit with ace king queen, so he's actually very unlikely to accept this. All I'm gonna accept do with this is that he has to play for an overtrick. How was slam? So 6 plus 3 is 9, 10. With this spade lead, it's 11 already. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I mean, he has this 3 low clubs. He's never gonna accept my invitation. And slam is not too good, yeah, so I shouldn't have bid it. On the other hand, maybe it would have worked this time. Let me see. This is the. Okay, just for the viewers at home, I can show you what our system looks like. I can move myself a bit. Yeah, these are some of the. It's very simple. 4 diamonds. Okay. Well. Yeah, I wouldn't have remembered this. And the robot doesn't give up. The robot is just playing. Wait, what? He played a heart so early? Oh, you have a bunch of blockages, right? That's the interesting part. Huh. Blockages are bad for you. It's kind of like arteries or something. You get to unblock clubs if there's a stiff jack. The stiff jack is the declare's best friend. But anything other than that, 4 plus 2. I was thinking like, how is it 3 plus 2? But it's... Somebody made plus 4. Yeah, just like left to your own devices, what would you really do? So one club... Sorry, like, I'm just talking about the play. It's a little mean, but I have to do it. Because now the robot doesn't know what's going on, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not the one who entered with the robot. We can't just switch our system. So yeah, I don't know. There could be a way of alerting this to the robots, but I think it's very difficult to implement. So I think they're not even close to it, where you could alert and explain it to. Okay. So this now looks quite nice. If my partner doubles, I can pass. Yeah, I feel a bit awkward about this, but like, what else can I do? We can't just agree to something else. Maybe Rosty thinks that I have spades and he will bet spades. Yeah. This is a typical thing which, when you start playing multi, you're assured that, well, this won't really happen, that you misguess is like 90% correct or 99% correct. But yeah, when it does happen, it's super annoying. Okay. I'm not bidding anything else. I'm not bidding hearts. That's for sure. I don't know how many spades he has. It's multi-adventure. Yeah, he's playing 2 spades in a 4-1 fit. We have 7 plus 7 is 14. I'm playing non-vulnerable. So if they're making game, we're actually doing quite well. But maybe they're not making game. Well, with spades 4-1, it's a bit annoying. Okay, so it was, yeah, 5-5-5-2-1 or 1-5-5-2 around the table. Just pitch a club on this. That way you can rough some clubs in your hand. I think that's the best way you can go about it. Maybe the diamond finesse to the king, but I'm not really convinced. So we have two tricks now. 1 plus 1 is 2. Yeah, it's also kind of a natural trump trick. So normally you would take a trick with a 9 somehow. Wow. Yeah, but then they have a void in diamonds. Yeah, now they catch onto it. So 3 tricks is down 5. Okay, interesting. Maybe now you can take the ace and then still hope for the 9 to make a trick. And the robot just always just roughs in, like, no matter what, and plays a club. The robot has an issue somehow. In fact, if you knew for a fact that this is going to happen, now you can rough this and play another diamond, and maybe the robot plays another club, and then you take another trick. 4 down 3. No, okay. Robot is not that dumb. Now the robot is finally setting up the 10, but it will be roughed by South, I think. No? Ah, no. He had 7 spades. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're making game. They should be making 4 spades. I just said like, yeah, and then even though we had this misunderstanding, we got a good score. So it's not so easy. I said it's a little mean against the robot. He doesn't understand multi, but yeah, we can't switch our system just for him. Okay, I'm gonna pause and come back. Okay, so if I'm correct about the seating, then it seems like we're just 8th, no, 7th. We're playing table 4. We were talking about the previous hand with 4 no trump plus 2. This was very good for us. It's a little gimmicky trying to play 3 no trump with a 4 forfeit, but I just offered. Honestly, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't have left it in with my partner's hand. But hey, it turned out fine, so I can't complain. Yeah, the results are coming in very slowly. This was very good for us, as mentioned before. I don't know why it's just so few results, but whatever. So we need to be in the top top 8 to qualify for tomorrow. So let's try to get there. I'm gonna go for that silly principle again, hearts against spades. I never really know what the result logic behind it is. I think maybe that, you know, some kind of law of symmetry, like if they have a fit in spades, then usually they don't have a fit in hearts, but they could have a fit in a minor. I don't know. It's just like a good tie-breaking rule, I think. So dummy had 16. I have 2. And West, nobody knows how much West has, so it will be hard to count out the hand. It's just to show you that, yeah, sometimes showing declarers, sometimes showing the distribution of, sorry, what? Yeah, sometimes showing the 1-0 trump opener is actually bad for defense. Like, maybe sometimes you have some killing lead that you can lead through the strong no trump opener, and sometimes it gives you an idea of like what the declaring side's weaknesses are. But on the other hand, you have no idea of the point strength or the distribution of declarer. So all we know is that he probably has 6 spades. Discouraged. I don't know if that's good. Wait. He thinks we're playing. This is distribution. Oh, yeah, sorry. But it didn't matter. Okay. So in this case, actually, clubs would have been better. I mean, it's not that important, but it would have been better. Lots of opportunities for an overtrick, so there is some chance that we're getting a good score here. And I forgot that we're playing 18 boards, not 15, so the tournament is not over yet. Isar, Gerhard. If he doubles, I will bid 2 hearts. If he bids 1 spade, I will have to kind of pass, I guess. Maybe 1-0 trump is still okay. 1 heart, okay. Yeah, this is kind of an underbid, but yeah, we didn't agree exactly how good this is. It is a four card fit, and then some kind of I said good hand. I don't know. I assume he will bid 4. Isar 52 is thinking. Donau 59. Donau is the German word for the Danube, famous river that goes through. Is it 4 capitals? Vienna, Bratislava, Budapest, and Belgrade. I think 4. Yeah. I'm not so good in geography, but I think that's the most capitals a river goes through. They missed a big spade fit. I'm gonna pause it and bring my coffee. And welcome back. This was a bad one for us. Yeah, I think I wouldn't have accepted it. It's a flat hand with. I mean, not to like use loser count here, but yeah, you really have a lot of losers. Um, hmm. Yeah, three hearts would have been great. I mean, maybe if he beats three hearts, maybe East reopens and then they get into three spades. Um, the other question is why West didn't bid one spade. It's really a cheap bid and doesn't promise too much. My partner bids one no trump and maybe we're missing game, but as usual in pairs, you hope that one no trump will score enough also in. Yeah, I think this should be takeout. I'm not sure. Um, I'm not sure at all. Maybe I'm making this up. I mean it is takeout, but I don't know if I was supposed to bid three clubs or what. Um, yeah, I'm putting my partner in a spot. I just doubled because I didn't want to defend too hard. So let's hope that I don't know. To no trump. I only have a 13 count. Mm. Two no trump. No idea. I have no idea what two no trump is. I'm gonna pass it again. It's not Lebenswahl. Is it like pick a minor? I don't know what this was. Okay, this is gonna be pretty bad. We're vulnerable. Um, Again, you're kind of like wondering what exactly happened here. They're in a 5 forfeit. I don't know what this was. Maybe he wanted me to pick a minor. Maybe. Let's see. If he sometimes somehow makes. Yeah, I was thinking that it would be like this. She ducked from the king. And then I guess that means that the king of diamonds is offside the other way. Queen ducked again or what? Okay, the good news is at least we have some tricks in diamonds now. But yeah, down one is what you're trying to get to, but they have too many tricks. They have four hearts, king of clubs. So king of clubs, four hearts, ace of spades. And the king of diamonds, of course, but I was talking about what they have left. It's 7 tricks. Not much you can do. Club, please. No. Ace of spades. Tough. Yeah, it's one of these weird things. I mean, I don't know. If you agree that double is takeout, then just bid 3 diamonds, and then that's your long suit. I would also say like, yeah, you can just bid one diamond with that, and then at least then later if you bid clubs, then you know that I know that you have some. I don't know what Tuno Trump was. Was it natural or what? Lebenssoll is not Lebenssoll. We're not gonna bid game here. What did he say? Lebenssoll. Okay, let's pause this now. Okay, so this will be quite tough. We're back to 56. And yeah, this was still okay. It was kind of the field contract. This I think was a bit too much for my partner. And this was, yeah, it's kind of a misunderstanding. He thought this was Lebenssoll, but I just said, like, yeah, just bid diamonds. We're not looking for a game anymore, so just try to simplify the auction. Maybe I should have bid 3 clubs. I don't know what this is, but yeah, I thought maybe he could have kind of the same hand with maybe the ace of clubs being the king of hearts or so, and then he really wants to play no trumps. The easiest way you can bid this hand is, I think, okay, so you can bid one diamond as a response, but as you saw in my T-Wash video, it's more and more a migration towards one no trump. It's kind of a semi-preemptive bid, and maybe it gets across your hand type better. I would bid one no trump here, I think. But over double, then you get a very cheap way of getting across your hand type and your diamond. So one no trump, pass double, and now 2 diamonds, and now everybody knows what's going on at the table. Now West would bid 2 hearts, and now I can bid 3 diamonds. Okay, he wants to play diamonds. Maybe he has some kind of heart shortness. 2 spades was maybe interesting, but it's a little too creative. I'm trying to stop very creative bids. It's not good for me. 6-4 with the shortness in clubs. Heart will go on the club king. Yeah, I kind of suspected that he has extras, but it wasn't specifically agreed by us. You can take the diamond double finesse and something in spades. It's actually a spade. The spade suit also looks very interesting, missing the queen and 10. Maybe like the best way of playing it is like running the 9 the first round or something. But I think the simplest way of playing it is just forget about spades. Just you will figure it out later, and concentrate on the diamond double finesse, which is kind of a straightforward thing you can hope for. Always try to form a line in which you know what you're playing for. That's one thing I observed. And this way here, I think what you can play for in spades is spades being 3-3 or queen doubleton or 10 doubleton. And he's thinking of maybe ducking this or playing the 9. Yeah, I get it, but on the other hand, I also don't get it, so I'm just running the 9 now, I guess. And now is the point where maybe you want to, like if you play low and it holds, then maybe you want to try something smart in spades. Okay, he wasn't interested. It's also a pretty simple way of playing, and yeah, simple lines are simple lines are simpler than complicated lines. You know, this kind of deep wisdom that you only get in this YouTube channel. And now he played another spade, another diamond to induce some kind of spade discard. Yeah, it's as good as anything. Yeah, the 10 already fell, so it worked maybe. Yeah, North didn't have to discard a spade from there. 9 tricks. Yeah, it's kind of congratulating him for a defensive error, but it was also kind of induced by him. In this hand, maybe I should upgrade to a 2-no trump rebid. I like upgrading into 1-no trump, but not upgrading out of it. On the other hand, this is so good. You have it's almost like in a chess position where you have all your pieces taking part of the attack. Here, like every single point in my hand is taking part in the attack, if that makes sense. What do we play? 2-no trumpets? Is it 2021? It's not even written. Okay, let's see. We're maybe a bit anti-field, but being anti-field is okay at this point. We need to get above 60%. Maybe even 62 or 63. This was a bit better than average. Well, no, it's... Isn't this like 60% or so? Maybe even 70? Spades, how do spades play actually? That would have been an interesting question, but now we're in 3-no trump. I can claim, you know, like how they check in the dark in poker, I can claim in the dark here. I've heard this story where they were playing some kind of relay system where you declare a new dummy's hand before dummy was put. Okay, I wonder if I have to play the 10 in case South has the Queen Jack, but on the other hand, if I play low and I play South for the 9, which I think is better. The 10 is also kind of a very committal play. And of course North now has the 9, great. Thanks a lot. And then I guess I'll just need to take the club finesse several times. If they switch to a diamond, I will take it in dummy and take the club finesse. Okay. So that's something that happened. The Then it's also a bit committal now. I can't really get back to dummy. Taken by the king. Well, by this time I need to play south for the king, for the ace. So annoying. Found the double ton lead or what? Are you kidding me? Well, okay, it wasn't so hard to find, I guess. It is the unbid major, but it's like... And they get away with this. It's just so amazing to me that somebody bids, like passes with that hand, and then gets the lead anyway. It's just amazing to me. There's no reason at all to pass with that hand. There. Other than, yeah, I mean, maybe in that case, then we play 3-no trump from the other side, of course. I'm not in love with the 3-no trumpet, but it's fine, I guess. You have... You do have a full response. Like, there's one way of reading the 2-no trump ribbit is, do you have a real response or not? Okay. So we didn't miss a spade fit. It's already good. And they didn't find the diamond lead. The heart lead. Also not too bad. Hopefully the 2 is from Jack 4th. So now the best thing I guess you can do is ace of clubs, ace of diamonds, and maybe a spade. Just ignore the king of clubs. Or maybe you want to take the king of clubs, pitch that heart, and let them take two club tricks if that's how it is. Maybe he's thinking of taking the king of spades now. Also possible. Yeah. And if they continue playing passively, maybe you can even set up spades somehow. It's a bit weird, but it could be possible. You can just actually bang down the king, the queen as well. I don't know. Maybe just a spade now, and then just ignore the clubs. I don't know. Five plus 4 is 9, of course, but South is thinking. And the 10 appears, so maybe his hand is high now. Now clubs are also high. And then when one thing breaks 3-3, then the other things also rate to break 3-3. On the other hand, it's not a big effect. There is a thread that I wrote. I can show you. Yeah, I can just show you this very quickly. So let's say another suit broke. You have two suits that could break 3-3. If one of them, so like the normal chance is 0.36. So 36%, 35.5. And if the other suit broke 3-3, then it's now 37%. So it's not a very big effect. Actually, people would usually overestimate this effect. And yeah, you can look at these numbers. It's actually pretty normal and makes sense. But somehow for me, it always felt like oh well, you shouldn't just treat these probabilities as independent. But in fact, it's pretty close to it. And then this is like if each opponent has that many vacant spaces. So let's say something broke. So like 5 cards from each hand. So they only have 8 vacant spaces. And the 3-3 probability does go up a bit. But it's just a bit. Like if it used to be 35.5 and now it's 39.2%. So actually it's still much worse than 50. And yeah, it's kind of interesting, combinatorics and everything. Anyway, so we probably didn't make it. Yeah, I mean, it's just that normally you would overcall one spade and then we would get a little bit more information. Maybe I give a support double, he would bid one no trump and maybe I bid 3. Yeah, and I mean, look at that hand. You have Queen Jack 10 of diamonds and you still don't bid it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not. I mean, I don't want to like accuse anyone of anything, and it's probably not cheating, but it still just looks so weird. I mean, your partner doesn't bid one spade, but then you find the lead anyway, even though you have Queen Jack 10 in another suit. North could have the exact same hand, but well, not the exact same hand, but something like that, where North has 5 diamonds. That's actually much more likely than 5 spades. And then the Queen Jack 10 Lee just sinks the contract on like trick 1. Yeah, I just said, like, of course the spade lead also makes sense, but it's just annoying whether it was cheating or luck. It's a big fat 0. It's probably good for us, but it's too late for anything. Chaba 2020. He says, like, from a liquid metal, like from some kind of Terminator movie. So board 18 is a clean top, but it's not enough. On the other hand, so this is, let's say, clean 0 and the other one is a clean top, then this was about 60-70%, so it will be a better round than 50, but it's still, we needed much more than that. And this is a very nice German sentence structure. If 17 had been made, we would have reached the top 8. Gemacht worden wäre. Yeah, we are 9th. So we are 9th. He said it's enough. Well, we'll see. So we are ninth. Hmm. I'm already starting to complain to the director. Ninth out of 80. Super annoying. But yeah, what can you do? Okay, let me see. I mean, it's very petty, but let just. Uh, yeah, he's saying that we should be there from the start, and then like 99% of the time we will get our spot. Okay, let's see. Lao Tse. Willem is a ex ex player from I think from the forums, or I think we used to be friends here. Okay, Lao Tse and Mickey Mouse didn't make it. Good to see. I mean, okay, I know I'm petty, but it is just I am still a human being, and Breeze players are often petty, so that's all I can say for myself. 3 no Trump plus 2 was very good, and then this was just I still don't understand this lead. It kind of makes sense, of course, but yeah. And on the other hand, I could say like maybe it was trying for a swing, so I understand. Uh, hmm. So I just said that we will I will write the whole system in the same document, and then we play the same thing. The director said at least the top 8. It could be also more if not everybody takes part, and then others will get their chance. Uh, Anyway, I'm being a baby. I will stop being a baby and stop recording. And then maybe I can be a baby in my private time. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you around.